Da skal vi starte Agria Nations Cup.
Welcome along, everybody, to the Nations Cup competition here in Norway. Welcome to Drammen. Welcome to the fourth of the Nations Cups that we have been able to enjoy at this fabulous youth festival that really given us some quite amazing sports, some super young, talented jockeys in action. Yesterday, we enjoyed the ponies, we enjoyed the juniors, we enjoyed the young riders. Today, the children. The children's category sees three teams battling it out. It is Denmark, Sweden and All three teams managed to stand on top of the podium in one of the categories yesterday. One of the nations will go home a double winner when they win the children's. Emily Blitz is going to get things underway. Emmy Blitz here, and Cardino is the first to go. Although Denmark drawn first, for whatever reason, we're not going to see their first rider at this moment. We'll find out more in due course. But nevertheless, we are set. 96 seconds is the time allowed around this course. 12 numbered fences. And again, Anders Haverdold is our course designer. So from jumping two, they roll back round this corner, the parallel at 3. Now down to this combination. It's upright, parallel, upright, 2 strides, 1 stride. Very nicely done as they keep the momentum, keep moving forward. The next fence 5 actually comes up quite quick, but it's right there by the in-gate. Very nicely done through the double. So important to try and get a strong start for your team. We saw yesterday what a big difference that can make. Nicely done over that little water tray. Now round they come to the right. And this is the final line of fences. Just one more to go. 96 well in on the clock, and well done to them as the first goes clear, and it is a clear for Sweden with Emmy Blitz and Cardino. 77.99 well in on the clock, and they'll be delighted with the way that's just started. Well done to Emmy. That beautiful Oliver gelding there by checkpoint goes clear. Now we move on to Norway. Rider here is Alexandra Olsen, riding Corrada HM. Sweden putting quite a marker down with that clear early on as the first round. Now, I'm sure the Norwegian team, under chef to keep Tom Vidar Glindens, will be looking to do exactly the same. Really nicely through the combination. They're jumping a height of 1.25 meters, these young jockeys. Safe and sound so far. They're not really having to push because they've realised the time is relatively generous. So need to be a little bit careful. They've got a sort of rhythm and balance that works for them, and they've kept that right the way from the start. Beautiful. Well done to Alexander Olsen and Carrara HM. So Norway as well, off and running with a clear round. Superb start for both Sweden and Norway. Well, now we're going to see the first of the Danish riders. This will be Caroline Obling Ravenvand, riding here with Titi Cabone. That's my understanding, who was originally due to go first, but for whatever reason they've made a adjustment, most likely perhaps a shoe or something similar being replaced in the collecting ring, but either way, still going within their correct rotation. So the first now for Denmark, pressure on with clears from Sweden and Norway already. Well, sadly, that fence has gone down as well. So now on a score of 8. Sometimes when you've had your program disrupted before you come in the arena, it can make things slightly more difficult when you get there. I'm not sure what would have caused that, but nevertheless, carrying 8 faults now as they jump the water. 3 left to jump. Well, they finish on 12 at the moment. That will be held as a discard for the Danish team, which therefore, as we would know, means if they still receive clears from their final 3 riders, they will finish on a 0 score. But sadly, if they have any problems with their other riders, that 12 penalties will count against them. Caroline there, the first to go. So that concludes the opening rotation. As we said, Denmark coming slightly out of order. So we're going to go on to Denmark's second rider now, back in order, because they drawn first of the 3 teams jumping. This will be Karen Vostrup Larsen riding Louisiana. This is a Danish warm blood, this mare by Carlido. And of course, just watched the teammate. Well, finding it difficult to start here, the Danish team with another couple of fences down, and seeing that upright on the rollback, also now the upright coming out of that beautiful double of fences as well. Well, the 12 penalties they had from their opening rider now coming to bear, because the 16 will move as the discard score. So the Danish team on a current best outcome of 12. There can yet be twists and turns. There always is in Nations Cup jumping. 1 minute you can think it's counting against you, and then all it takes is problems from others and good rounds from your final two, and you can come back into it. But we will see how that pans out, as Sweden, who have started perfectly with a clear from Emmy Blix, now bring forward Emilia Pedersen, riding here with T. Amami. To Amami is a Swedish-bred gelding. And they come back to this lovely looking parallel with the ship beside it. In, through, and out of the combination. Impressive round so far from the second of this Swedish team under chef to keep Sofia Bettensberg. Keeping a lovely forward active canter. Able to maintain good control, coming to the fences. And that is brilliant for Sweden, as 2 clears now from their first 2 riders, ensuring that they stay on a 0 score with 2 to go. So in a very, very good position. Sweden now putting a bit of pressure on Norway, because Norway go next already with the clear. They've sort of got to follow what Sweden do now if they're going to stay in this. Of course, this is the first of what is 2 rounds in the Nations Cup. We'll have all 4 riders from each team, and then we'll take a break while the individuals are on, and then come back with the second round of the team jumping, where they all go again. Now, this is the turn of Sophia Kingdom Clark, riding Cocktail. Cocktail is a gelding, Oldenburg gelding by Gradinio. It's got the clear already from Alexandra Olsen, their first rider. Doing everything right so far. 4 more fences to jump. Oh, did very well there, because the horse just went to back off a little bit as it saw the water. Needs enough leg on coming down towards the final fence. And it's another very strong round, so it's a clear round as well for the Norwegian team on home soil here, looking to try and find their second team win of the weekend. So at the moment, Norway and Sweden pulling ahead with clear rounds from both of their opening riders. Denmark looking to try not to fall too far behind. They currently sit on a best potential outcome of 12, but to stay on that 12, they will need clear rounds from their final 2 riders, the first of which goes next. This is the next to the Danish team. It's Sil Hartvig Nielsen riding Bolton Gate Ben. Doing well, just having to sit and hold and really control that canter. Of course, these the young jockeys, and oh dear, they've had that back rail off the double. But I was going to say the young jockeys sometimes really having to put their weight in as well to try and sit the horses back. Well, just the 4, it'll count, but it is just 4. It's the best of the rounds for the Danish team so far, and it means they only move on to a score currently of 16. So that's that 4 fences away from the leading duo at the moment. Whole other round of jumping as well to come, so turn in the second round. Well, this is the turn of Sweden once more. Those 2 clears setting them up very nicely from Emmy Blix and Amelia Patterson. Now it is Julia Dafgard riding here with N. Noblis Yamis. The stallion by Nintendo out of a Kalido mare. Down they come towards the combination. Very nicely done through that. Sweden, of course, if they can get this round clear, know that they don't need to rely on their anchor rider. Viggo Westerland will be the last out for the Swedish team. I'm sure they'll still jump, but there'll be no need to count their score, whatever happens. And they've done it. A brilliant round. 3 brilliant rounds from the opening 3 from Sweden. As Julia Dafgrad and Neblis Diamis go clear. And that ensures that Sweden go in to the next round on a 0 score. Brilliantly done. So there'll be a very happy Team Sweden. And there'll be a very happy home Team Norway as well, because the next in their team, if they go clear, mean that Norway will be in the same position after 3. Emily Oya Helgelsen rides Lady Gaga HHZ, Lady Gaga. The mare is by Lux Z. Very nicely done so far as they come out of the combination, just having to put their leg on a little bit as they come around that corner. It's a tricky fence just right by the in-gate. You've got that fence that you turn back to sort of straight across the middle. And very easy to lose the balance in those sorts of turns when you come straight across. Big. Oh no, they've had the last. They've had the final fence, and Emily Øyer Lady Gaga, HHZ, getting very close, but sadly the fence goes down. But they have another rider to go. They could yet still, like Sweden, finish on 0. They just need a clear from the last in their team. And it is to the last in all 3 teams that we're heading to now, because it's the final rotation of riders in round 1. The Danish team could finish on a best score of 16 if they get a clear here from Pamela Sophie Gray-Jansen Christensen. Swedish Dynamite is the ride. Hanneberg and Gelding. Just now try to put in the best performance they can. 16 could be their best score, although that could at worst turn into a score of 28, and it could be the worst, looking sadly as they stop, because if they start to run into issues with time penalties, the score could move up even faster. Time allowed to remind you sat at 96 seconds. Still at the moment just on the 4 from the stop. And it is just the 4 at the end. They get inside the time that they managed to safeguard, but that score of 4 means that Denmark finish on a total of 20 here in the opening round of this Nations Cup competition for these children on horses riders. Vigga Vestergrand is going to ride it. This is Ewan.
Uansett hva Viggo gjør, så vil Danmark stå uten feilpoeng etter første omgang. Sverige. Danmark har vi allerede snakket om.
Doesn't want to miss the opportunity in case he is needed in that second round to have at least jumped around whatever happens. It could be a really good confidence build, a good sighting round, but at least he knows the pressure is not there of having to go clear, as much as I'm sure he'll want to go clear. The round for the final rider in Sweden's team, but a team that have already got 3 clears to ensure their 0 score at the end of round 1, which will either give them a tie for the lead or the outright lead. Well, they'll be grateful their score wasn't needed, because they also have had to stop, just like the previous rider we saw. A fence that hasn't really given us any indication that it was going to cause any trouble, and sort of an innocuous little fence as they turn around that corner. coming in front of us here, but recovering well. Round they come to the right-hand side, keeping to the 4. The time might just get as close as we've seen, that 96 seconds. Going to get very tight to it. They might just pick up a time penalty. They're just going to get in, aren't they? So 4 it is as a score. And they will have at least had that experience of that round of jumping. And hopefully, despite the spot, will be ready if they're needed in the second round. It just leaves us one more rider to go, and this is a crucial round because it will ensure that Norway either tie on 0 at the end of round 1 or finish on a score of 4 at the end of round 1. It can only be one of 2 outcomes, but if Madeline Osterlund, Vugstrad and Angelina Jolie EVMZ go clear, then Norway finish with that clear 0 score and tie with Sweden going into round 2. Got very deep there, popped up big. Brilliant round from Madeline, and that will be such a great moment for the Norwegian team to know that they finished this round on a 0 score and join Sweden with a share of the lead going into that second round of jumping. So Sweden and Norway on 0, Denmark on 20. We'll leave you watch the individual riders that are taking part in the classes in a moment, and then we'll come back with the live action of the second round of this Children's Nations Cup in just a short while.
Her vi ikke noe å vente på. Vi har første start I banen. Filippa Madikken Thon Finne med DJ 40. Og dette altså en individuell Ponyklasse 1,25, bedømmelse 2,38,2,1, og makstiden den er den samme. 96 sekunder, tror jeg å huske. Det er det. Fire feilpoeng, Filippa Thon Fine. Neste ut, det er Maiken Landbakk Dragerengen og Sansar. Fire feilpoeng, Maiken Landbakk Dragerengen og Sansar. Nummer 4, det er en ung herremann fra Sverige, Jonathan Hansson Staraume. Feilfritt Jonathan Hansson og Starhal med, og det var den første av det slaget, og da i ledningen, som det heter på det språket. Neste for Norge, Filippa Porskrog Heiestad og Bonton Fannet Hippodrome. Ja, Filippa. Slo du deg? Nei, ok. Men jeg tenker onkel Frans kommer og klemmer litt på deg uansett. Ok, vi må kjøre videre med start nummer 7, og så får Norge Nora Olsen, Nordby og Sjaland. «16 fartpoeng i dag, Nora Olsen, Nordby og Sjaland. Da skal vi ha siste ut i Mageria 1.25 individuell, og det er Nikki Andersson og KT Kabak fra Sverige. Og vi har bare en feilfri, og det er også en svenske, nemlig Jonathan Hansson. Da ble det dobbelt svensk i denne klassen. Nikki Andersson tar andreplassen med tiden 79,46. Vi har 5 ekvipasjer som har kommet i mål, og alle de skal få komme inn her og få sine premier. Jonathan Hansson, Nikki Andersson, Filippa Thon Finne, Maiken Dragerengen og Nora Olsen Norby. Der har vi de 5 som kom i mål i Agria Children klasse 1.25. Det er Foreign Church Nils Manke som er ute og gratulerer, og begynner selvfølgelig med vinneren fra Sverige, Jonathan Hansson Staune. Og da, mine damer og herrer, Sveriges nasjonalsang. Jonathan Hansson starter med vinner av Agria 1.25. Og ikke nok med det, det er dobbelt svensk fotball. På plass finner vi Nicky Andersson, KT Kabak. Nummer 3, det er Filippa Madikken Thon Finne og TJ Forti. Nummer 4, Maiken Vannbakk Dragerengen og Sansar. Og nummer 5, Nora Olsen Nordby med Shalan. Vi takker Agria, vi gratulerer premievinnerne, og så får vi en æresrunde. Og først til den Jonathan Hansson.